So let's cross live now to Edinburgh, where we're joined by former advisor to the SNP as well as former SNP member, political commentator Stuart Crawford. So, Stuart, what do we know? Obviously, he's been released, but it doesn't look good, does it?
Good morning. No, it doesn't. As you can imagine, it's the only game in town north of Hadrian's Wall, certainly at the moment. And the only caveat I would make is that this is now a live proceeding in terms of the Contempt of Court Act 1981, and Scottish courts are particularly adept at and take that sort of thing very seriously. So we're slightly restricted in what we can say, and certainly we can't speculate. All I would say is that, and for the SNP and to a certain extent for the wider Scottish independence movement as a whole, this has been a bit of a PR disaster and may set them back many years in their agenda. So much more to come, I think, and not really the place to speculate on anything too detailed about proceedings at the moment.
Yes, of course, we need to be really careful not to speculate. Of course, this is still a live investigation. The timing of this is very interesting, though, isn't there? And there are questions about how much the police knew and perhaps if they held off this arrest until after the SNP leadership contest came to a close. Do you think there could be some truth in that?
It's possible. The investigation, as far as I'm aware, started way back in July 2021. So it's been going for more than 18 months. And one could imagine what might have happened had this been carried out, police action been carried out before or during the SNP leadership election. I'm also interested to note that the normal process for replacing a leader of the party, of the SNP, is usually destined to take about 4.5 months. And in this case, it was truncated to nearer 4.5 weeks. So there are some interesting aspects to the investigation, and I've got no doubt that more detail will emerge in due course.
So, Stuart, how damaging do you think this is to not only to the chances of independence, but also to the SNP brand? I mean, we're already seeing dwindling membership. Do you think the Labour Party, for example, might be licking their lips north of the border?
Yes, indeed. Humza Yousaf, who, as you know, was elected leader of the party and First Minister just recently, about a week ago, has really been left holding the baby on this one. And polling at the moment seems to indicate that the SNP will lose seats at the next Westminster election, and it holds 45 of the 59 Scottish seats at Westminster. And indeed, that may carry on to the next Holyrood elections for the Edinburgh Parliament in 2026. And the main beneficiary of that would appear to be, at the moment, the Labour Party. And I'm sure that Keir Starmer and the Scottish leader, Anas Sarwar, are indeed licking their lips and looking forward to a resurgence of Labour support north of the border.
And particularly difficult time ahead for Humza Yousaf. I mean, a brand new leader, and this is a challenging time now for the party.
Oh, indeed. I mean, it's a big job for him. It's not just this. This is just the latest worry that he has on his desk, together with all the inherited stuff to do with the ferries programme, which I think everybody's familiar with, the 2 ferries that are now 5 years late and 3 times over budget and still haven't appeared on the Hebridean routes, the deposit return scheme for cans and bottles, which has run into huge difficulties with both major and minor retailers, and a host of other things that are not going well in Scotland with health service, education. The list is endless. So he has got a massive job on his hands, and he can't be looking forward to quite a lot of it because it's going to be very difficult for him.
Well, Stuart Crawford, thank you very much for input this morning. It's been a nightmare start for Humza Yousaf and choppy waters ahead, no doubt. Thank you very much for joining us today.